Hi, I'm Jennifer O'Brien. I'm an advocate for family caregivers and for open discussion and preparation for end of life. I'm also the author of The Hospice Doctor's Widow, a journal. And I'm going to share with you my 5 ways to find happiness and joy during turbulent and difficult times. Number 1, mind the happiness spectrum. So happiness is sort of a broad term that represents a wide range of feelings, from contentment and feeling sated to exuberance and elation. Personally, I much prefer the contentment end of the spectrum, and I have to say I recommend it during troubling and turbulent times. Taking yourself down to that end of the spectrum and focusing on a sense of contentment, a sense of peace, intimate moments and instances with loved ones or pets. This is the place that we're going to find the happiness during turbulent times. And this is the place that it lasts longer. The contentment and the sense of peace, that's just a longer lasting happiness. Number 2, tend to your self-care and your self-awareness. So self-care can be difficult, especially during turbulent times. I think of the people I advocate for who are family caregivers. Sometimes it's almost impossible to take care of yourself. But I also find that if I get too hungry or too tired or too frustrated, it can snowball very easily. So when my inner voice is taking that tone with me, I try to remember, okay, so when was the last time I ate? And even if I can only get a 5-minute rest, I take it and I get it because it will contribute to my sense of well-being and happiness during these extraordinarily difficult times. I like to give of myself. This is number 3. I like to give of myself. I find that giving and being generous with your love and affection is actually one of the most selfish things you can do, because it makes you feel so good. And so sometimes when I'm particularly blue, I will write notes and cards to my friends and family to tell them how much I love them and appreciate them. And it honestly, it makes me feel better. I mean, I think it makes them feel good to receive those, but it makes me feel better to give of myself. And there's just always more there. I don't have to worry about running out of love, and it brings me great contentment and joy to know that if I give it away, more will be created. Speaking of creation, writing those cards is really fun, but I get a real bonus when I actually make them. So for me, creativity is an important component of my contentment, and so I recommend that. My number 4 recommendation is a sense of balance. My late husband, Bob Lemberg, and I used to read Max Ehrmann's Desiderata every morning as we got ready for work. If you haven't found this poem or haven't rediscovered it in a while, please take a look on the internet. I know it's everywhere and it's available. And it is just an incredibly grounding experience that will put you in the right place for the day ahead. I also know that a lot of people prefer a meditation or prayer, and strongly recommend that you center yourself and create a sense of balance, always remembering that the only constant is change. So that sense of balance is necessary to handle the ups and to handle the downs, and to know that while the ups don't last forever, neither do the downs. And that has always given me a sense of grounding and contributed to my happiness during difficult times. And then number 5, this is an interesting one that I am really particular about, and that is managing regret proactively, or regret prevention. So if those moments of joy and intimacy that I described in the first one have a lasting effect, I will tell you that regret has a similarly lasting effect, perhaps even exponentially. That when you're feeling blue, when times are troubled, and you find yourself fixating on regrets, that can easily bring you down. So I sort of recommend, as you go forward, managing those regrets proactively. That is, thinking ahead to what is going to serve you well in the future, when faced with a decision, to lean in, even if it's difficult and sadness, and be your best self. My late husband, hospice and palliative care physician, used to tell patients and families they were into precious time. That is, that the death was imminent. And so you needed to say what you need to say and don't say what you will later regret. That he fully recognized that families go on, friends go on after their loved one has died, and have to live with, how they handled themselves, and what they left their friend with, or their loved one with, before they died. So regret prevention is a big factor, and that's another one that goes forward, again, exponentially. I hope these are helpful to you, because we all need a little help feeling a sense of joy and happiness during difficult times. Take care.